Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about this chameleon. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, this is a panther chameleon. It's one of the most beautiful reptiles in the world because of its pigmentation, its coloring that it has. But it's also the master of its environment. The reason for this is because its skin. I mean, how can it be this beautiful but also survive? Uh, Simple. It has pigments under its skin that it can change very quickly to reflect its environment because it's adaptable. This is our quality of characteristics trait that I'm going to talk to you today about um, because every good leader must be adaptable. Every coach, every athlete, everybody has to be adaptable in order to be successful. Here's what Webster's dictionary defines adapt as it's to make fit as new as for a new use, often by modification, and it defines adaptability by capable or becoming of adapted. And we can almost say that adaptability was most made famous by this gentleman, Charles Darwin. Of course, he's a scientist that lived from 1809 to 1882, but he's most known for his contributions to the theory of evolution. And with that theory of evolution, he saw that uh, many traits that animals had to live in their environment made it beneficial for them to survive. And so, like the quote you see in the picture with him, it is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one that most is the one that is most responsive to change. Right? But we have to be able to adapt. Like it says, our world is constantly changing. Just like the picture here, a chameleon is a master of that. It adapts to its environment, and so just like that, everybody, in order to survive, in order to thrive, really, must be able to adapt. Every leader in the world can have great uh, characteristics of honesty, integrity, any other type of form of leadership quality that you feel is necessary. But I feel that if a leader is not able to adapt to their situations, um, they're not going to have success. And I found in an article these characteristics in order for you to adapt. And it said that you had to have two main characteristics, which would be flexibility and versatility. And like it says, flexibility is the willingness to adapt. And of course, being flexible, you need to have the characteristics of, to go with it, you have to have confidence, tolerance, empathy, positiveness, and respect for others. Versatility is your ability to adapt. How are you going to make your situation better uh, is going to determine on if you are successful or not. Resiliency, vision, attentiveness, competence, and of course self-correction. Self-correction being that you can learn from your mistakes, move on, come back better, learn from it, and ultimately succeed. Now, the Bible does have a few uh, takes on this. Of course, there are many verses that you can say that go with this, but two of them that I found was that 2 Timothy 3:16 says that all Scripture is breathed out by God and profitable for teaching, for reproof, for correction, and for training in righteousness. And Romans 12:2 says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind." Uh, by testing that way, this sorry, by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Both of those scriptures to me basically stand out and say, hey, don't be like everybody else. You have to fit your environment, fit your area, uh, and look at those qualities of characteristics that I mentioned and be able to put them together and move forward in life. If we take it to the business world, Same thing. If you are an adaptable person in the business sector of America, of our economy, if those that are successful have benefits, you're more valuable to your employer. You're a better leader, more successful and happier in your life, and you're, like the last two say, able to handle career transitions, bounce back quickly from adversity. And we could really look at this gentleman, Fabio Capello from Italy. He was a man that was a soccer player and manager, and like it says, he had two stints at Milan, two stints at Real Madrid, AS Roma, and Juventus, and of course, international careers, coaching careers with England and Russia. And he did play for most of the teams that he put. And of course, as you can see, the awards that he won with this. Our next part is an athlete. Athletes always have to be adaptable. You could be changing from schools, from the high school side of things and going to the college ranks. You could be going through a coaching change. If you're in college or high school or anything like you see here, the two pictures, we have the former coach of South Carolina, Steve Spurrier, and the new coach in the bottom picture, Will Muschamp. Now, these two coaches have two completely different looks of coaching and, of course, new systems that an athlete must learn. As far as an athlete is concerned, you got to be able to adapt. Team-wise, injuries, new players have to step up in those positions. If you look at the bottom picture, we have the Avengers. Each one of those had a different attitude, and what they brought to the table was always different. But they all had to adapt and be able to work together, and which strengths basically help them out. This clip that I have for you is from the movie Remember the Titans, and I feel that this is a great example of this.
You look like a bunch of fifth-grade sissies after a cat fight. You got anger, that's good. You're gonna need it, son. You got aggression, that's even better. You're gonna need that too. But any little 2-year-old child can throw a fit. Football is about controlling that anger, harnessing that aggression into a team effort to achieve perfection. When you put that uniform on, that Titan uniform, you better come to work.
I think you're nothing. Nothing but a pure waste of God-given talent. You don't listen to nobody, man. You can't run over everybody in this league. And every time you do, you leave one of your teammates hanging out to dry. What was that, Ray? Whatever it is, it ain't blocking.
Give me a break.
You want a break? I'll give you a break. Me and Julius want
Wait a minute, just let them in.
Get to Rev once, just one time. I swear to God, I'm gonna hit you so hard by the time you come to. Ooh, boy, you're gonna need a new haircut. You understand me? Let's play, fellas. You all right, Big Petey? You all right? You really stuck him, Campbell. Yeah, I love me a little contact, Petey. Left side. Strong side. Left side. Strong side. Left side. Strong side. Left side. Left side. Let me ask you something, Mr. Campbell. What kind of power you got?
Oh, man, you know I got some soul power.
What kind of power you got?
What kind of question is that? I got soul power.
Yes, you do.
Right on. Let me ask you something now, Mr. Bertier.
Yes.
How strong are you?
I'm too strong.
What? How strong?
I'm too strong. Too strong.
Right on.
I want a victory.
Oh, I want a victory.
I want a victory.
I want a victory.
You want victory?
Now, that video itself, of course, was just a simple overview of really how that movie goes. And of course, if you've seen the movie, you know how it ends. These two guys come together in football camp at a school that is newly integrated or desegregated in the 60s, or sorry, yeah, 60s, I believe, or early 70s. And they come together, great leaders. They have different talents between them, but both of them have issues to overcome. But as the movie progresses, we see that adaptability by their leadership roles. And of course, it ends the way we want it to end. And of course, in closing, like this caption says, when something goes wrong in life, just yell plot twist and move on. Because the way that basically says is that in order for you to move forward, you have to just go with it sometimes. You have to be flexible and versatile to be able to adapt, to really go with any type of issues that come your way. So, thank you for watching.